I was also looking into combat rescue officer in the Air Force and was trying to like look at that application process. But I know you're really down on the Air Force.
In that whole community, how many officers are there? This
Uh,
is gonna shock you. All right, folks, we got a young man going to Army OCS. Yet another one, folks. Ring the bell, man. Pull the hand up. Ching. We rolling them up for the Army, man. Hey, make sure you go out and check out Green Beret Chronicles, man. We dropped some fire over there on Jay's channel, man. Jay's a bad dude, yo. Bad dude. I learned a lot of things when I was over there, man. You always get better. You always learn some stuff. Hey, man, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I do. Make sure you go check out jakeswig.com, man. We dropping a LandNav class, and we dropping a dang Navy SEAL Masterclass, folks. It's bulletproof. Bulletproof. Enjoy. What are you going to do, Nate?
So I just passed the like initial board for Army OCS.
Okay.
So I'm waiting for, obviously, like it goes up to like the next level, and then they review it, and then like I'll get the final.
If you pass the board, you're going to get picked up.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking. That's why I wanted to talk to you, because I figure it's kind of a done deal at this point.
Yeah.
And so I've been watching your videos for a while. So like I think I'm pretty like familiar with kind of the process, and have been definitely like getting after training and everything like that. But I wanted to connect with you and like make sure I'm kind of like on the right path. There's nothing I'm missing, nothing that I need to kind of like prepare for.
Do you have the Army PDF?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been shooting at all?
No.
Do you know how to shoot?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know land navigation?
No.
Okay. So I got a $19 land navigation class on my page at jakeswig.com. I would just tell you it's $19, bro. It's like free. And it's like, I won't say it's 100 videos, but it'll just tell you how to do it. Okay. Because the military is going to teach you like azimuth and walk to azimuth. I'm going to teach you, they call it attack points now, which I kind of think is funny, but basically you just find a reset point right by where you're going. So then you only got to walk like a 75-yard azimuth to the spot. So, but make sure you have a familiarization with land navigation. And then, you just go in great shape. We just had a kid come out of basic training. He was a number 2 runner in his company behind some kid that ran cross country in high school. And he ain't a runner.
Gotcha.
So, you got to go to basic. I tell everybody, general orders of the century, all this stuff. If you put in chat GPT, what do I need to know for basic training? And then what do I need to know for OCS? It'll tell you verbatim everything you need to remember before you go. You want to pick infantry?
Yeah, so that was like my first pick. I already like numbered the branches.
It don't matter. It don't matter. You're not gonna know until the end of OCS.
Right.
What are you're going just regular? You're going regular, right?
Just regular Army?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, are you what's your 5-mile time?
So I haven't tested my 5-mile yet. I've been doing the speed tree that is on the PDF.
Okay, what's your speed tree distance?
The one I did like 2 days ago was 3.12.
Okay. So you close. You close.
Yeah.
So you just got to be able to run. I tell everybody, the Army's a big 5-mile place, right? Like the Navy's like, as far as you're going to run, the Navy's 3 miles and the SEALs. So you just got to get ready for 5-mile test. That's one of those tests that's like, you got to run 6-7 miles, but you got the Army PDF. So you're running 6 miles on Tuesday and Thursday already. 1 mile more than the test.
Yeah. So I haven't necessarily like totally started the PDF like 100% because I've been trying to like build up.
That's fine.
My
That's
like
fine.
base to like good enough.
When are you leaving?
Every single thing.
When are you leaving, Nate?
I don't know yet. I won't know that until, or they told me I won't know that until I actually like go back down to MEPS after I like get the final okay from the second board. So they said
you're getting picked up now. You'll find out here in about a month and a half.
Yeah.
You'll probably go end of the summer if you're lucky. They haven't been moving real fast on OCS. Sometimes, like I just had a kid get picked up on the December board, and he's going to basic training next month. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, but I would just encourage you, like if you want to go infantry, you better be at the top of the class physically.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no brownie points for not in the top of the class physically trying to go infantry.
Gotcha.
I mean, we got 11 dudes in the same bullet class, and every one of them is infantry.
Gotcha.
But every one of them showed up like in great shape. right? Every one of them was 35-minute 5 mile. Every one of them was killing it. You know, they're all smart dudes. So we got my man right behind them and just finished with basic training last week. So
Okay. And does the way that it was kind of explained to me is it going to hurt me if I go to OCS like later in the calendar year because of just the
it
amount
don't
of spots
listen.
that's
It
allocated for
it
infantry or
don't
something like
matter. Like
that?
it don't matter because most of the people don't want to select infantry.
Okay.
So the Army's doing a great job of making a lot of enlisted guys officers. And so like when I went to OCS, I would say 25% of the class was enlisted dudes. So
Okay.
you got a couple of them dudes going hard charges, but for the most part, your average person going in the Army does not want to go infantry. So, I mean, I have one kid that hasn't picked infantry. He picked artillery because he said he didn't want to be in infantry.
Okay.
But every one of my guys is going in shape.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about time of the year. I wouldn't worry about none of that. You can't control any of that.
Right.
You can control running 35-minute 5 mile though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll be running a 35-minute 5. I mean, I'd like to be under 35.
You should be able to run a 32, 33. You should be able to jog a 35-minute 5 mile. It's 7-minute miles,
Yeah, for
right?
sure. As far as the rucking goes, because that was one of my like big questions for you is in terms of like training, because I've seen different stuff on just like trying to like research like how to get into like rucking and everything.
Okay.
Are you having guys like on the PDF, like with the rucks that are on the Army PDF,
Yep.
as far as like pace goes, are we
So,
running all of
so
that, or
you
is it
got
like
you got running rucks, right? So like I think it's Tuesdays, whatever. Let me pull it up. It's like there's a couple days of running rucks, right? It's like a 3-mile running ruck and a 5 mile running ruck, right?
yeah, well, it says ruck fast, which I assume
Ruck fast is running.
running. Yeah.
And then there's the long ruck, which is basically just ruck it out, right? If you were going to selection, I would tell you every run is fast.
Okay.
I just shot Green Beret Chronicles yesterday, right? And so we were talking about there's a great clip. It's on my story on Instagram of a CAG guy that said he knew he had to do 50-mile march in 18 hours at CAG selection. So he tried to do 100-mile march in 18 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He read 7 or 8 books in selection because he finished so early in every event.
Dang. Okay.
Okay. Like that's the difference, right? Like
Yeah.
he went massively prepared and pretty much was like, all right, whatever, this isn't that big a deal.
If I'm not going to, I guess, leave, you said like until around the summer or like late summer, um, what should the timing of like when I kind of peak, like, should I really
So
be
so
worrying right now about getting like tons of miles in?
no, 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 no. But here's what I'm gonna tell you, right? I'm in it right now. If I had to do anything, I would do the basics, right? So Monday, Wednesday, right? Speed tree in the AM, 3-mile fast ruck, AM Tuesday, 5 mile talking pace, right? At when you get towards the end of the program, add 6 mile. Thursday's a fast 5 mile ruck, right? And then Friday is your 800 workout. And then PM, you got 3-mile run talking pace. And then Saturday, you got rucks every other or long run, right?
Mhm.
And so what I would tell you is at a minimum, what I would do, I would be trying to get the volume in and not the intensity. If I was you, I would just take out the speed work in here. Make sure you always doing stride length, right? And then I would just do the runs and the rucks and I would take out the intensity, right? So like instead of a super fast sprinting pace, I might just pump it out, right? Like walk it. Like long stride, just walk it. I might run the 3-miler and then I'm going to fast talking pace. I'm going to, I'm on the Thursday ruck. In 5 miles, I'm going to walk it out fast, right?
Okay.
But the idea is to get the volume. So it's easy to add a speed tree on Monday and the 800 workout on Friday when you've been doing everything else.
Right.
Okay. You just take some of the intensity off.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the
Because
Saturday long runs, I tell everybody, man, I'm gonna run 8 miles on Saturday, roughly 8 miles, like a long run. Switch it out every other week with a ruck, and then every once a month, I'm gonna do 12 to 15 miles.
yeah, okay. Because
That way, what you're doing is you're building up your base. Then you only gotta hit the PDF for like, I don't know, 6 weeks.
yeah, like right
Like,
before.
yeah, you're going to basics, so basics gonna be easy. The problem
Yeah,
is you got to have enough in shapeness when you get out of basic to go to OCS and crush it.
yeah. Because I've heard you say that like you get out of shape at basic.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna get out of shape.
okay, so like you want to go in like with that peak level. So like whatever you lose, you're still okay to go into OCS.
Well, you're gonna grind it out after. So my guy just finished 2 weeks ago. He reported to OCS on Monday. He got lucky
Okay,
because a lot of my dudes they're gonna go home and do recruiting duty for a month and a half or 2 months before they can go to OCS. So his timed up perfectly. In that
okay,
2 months, you got to get back on the PDF and grind your face off and get your times back. But it's a lot easier when you spent, 10. How long is basic? 10 weeks?
I was told 9.
9 weeks. So it's a lot easier 9 weeks ago when you were in world class condition to get back in world class condition than if you rolled into basic kind of out of shape and then you try to, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay,
And
yeah, no,
like on a PDF, like I'm just going through, like you don't need to work on no grip strength, right? Like none of that stuff's going to come into play. Understand foot care. Figure out what boots you're going to get. None of this stuff, like none of it's gonna be that bad. Like I don't think you can swim if you want to, but I don't think you need to swim. Um, but if you're gonna go to special forces selection, then you gotta swim.
okay,
Right. So
but
like
that would
you could take the swimming out the army workout. You basically just gotta do the running and the rucking and keep it light, like intensity wise light, not volume wise.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And then yeah, so I think I'm pretty squared away there. Obviously, we'll like get that all grinded out. I'll buy your like LandNav to make sure that I'm good on that. Now, how does that work? If they teach it like one way, can I just like not do it the way they tell me and then like just okay.
Long as you don't get lost.
Okay.
And it's
Yeah.
impossible to get lost the way I teach.
Okay.
I mean, I used to teach it on the phone. This is no lie. That's the same exact map that I drew in 2009 when I had a
Okay.
kid going to LandNav and he had no LandNav. And so, I mean, that's how I teach them. And you're down there at OCS, like your points aren't hard points. You're not out in the middle of the field with 3 cans 10 feet apart. You know what I mean? Like in a
Mhm.
row. So you just got to have the basics down. It's going to teach you the basics. The big thing is like understanding how to read a map, knowing where you're going, and then having a big ass something that you can't miss, right? Like a crossroads, railroad tracks, a creek bend, the top of a mountain, top of a hill, a saddle. But it'll teach you all that stuff. Like that's why it's bulletproof. Like I just work through it all, and it'll give you 100% understanding of how to be very successful in land navigation. But they're not going to get mad at you unless you go out there and can't find no points. Then they're going to be like, what are you doing? And then they're going to revert back to you need to just walk on an azimuth and count your step count. But I would encourage you, like, where do you live?
Southern California.
Okay, so I would try to figure out if you got any orienteering places around you.
Okay.
And then I would encourage you to go out, get a map, a 1 to 24 map, 1 to 24,000 or a 1 to 50, really a 1 to 24,000, and just go out and understand what the map looks like and what you're walking.
Okay.
Some map familiarization.
Got it.
And then, I mean, you say you were shooting guns, you know how to shoot guns?
Yeah, I haven't since I moved out to California. I
You're
grew up in
fine.
Iowa, so I've shot guns, but not like
Okay.
recently.
That's fine. As long as you can shoot guns. I had a couple people go to SEAL training. I had a kid go to SEAL training. And he got rolled for CQB. And I said, "What's going on?" He's like, "I've never shot a gun before." I said, "Oh shit." We put him on M7, the marksman or the craftsman, not craftsman, crossman, 177 M4 177. It's like an M4 gun. It's chambered in BB gun, and it works really good. Just shoot in your backyard a couple hours a day, but don't worry about that. If you know how to shoot, don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. What else, Nate?
Um, so that was kind of like the very main thing is like I wanted to make sure that I was like set up on like obviously like everything that I need to do training wise.
Yep.
So I assume like I don't want to get like I've got some questions about like obviously like after OCS and once you get into infantry, but I don't necessarily want to like worry about that too much right now.
Can't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So um so those were kind of my main points. Just wanted to make sure that I was kind of on the right path. Um as far as the running with the ruck and everything like that, like staying healthy, staying away from shin splints, like
You have shin splints?
I don't right now, but I'm trying to avoid them. Like,
Okay. Are you on the vitamins?
yeah, I'm on the vitamins, the glucosamine, and
Okay.
the calcium.
So what I would tell you is you just gotta be real cognizant, and maybe you do it all on grass.
Okay.
Right? Like do it all on grass, figure it out. Like make sure you got good shoes. Okay. So like, but and here's the other thing, man. Like I don't you go on OCS, you ain't gotta be like Superman with a ruck on. So if you don't want to run, don't run. Just long step it out, keep it moving. Okay. That the PDF is mainly it's 100% to get you ready for RASP and wait, SFAS, right? And then to get you ready for the 2 courses, right? If you're going to OCS, I mean, the more you can eat, the better you're going to do. There's a 12-mile ruck at OCS. My guys murder it.
Yeah,
So, but that's how they get in infantry because you killing all the other kids.
for sure. And then the other question I had, just because I've watched like a ton of your videos, and I know like you always kind of shoot people in the like the right direction and everything. So I just wanted to obviously like my plan, OCS infantry,
Uh-huh.
eventually would like to go into either the Ranger Battalion or Special Forces. Um, but like, is there? I guess with my background, is there anything else? I know you've talked to guys about like PA school. Um,
So I got one of my first kids going to Army. Jim is going to PA school.
okay,
So and I got 3 PAs right now. So 2 of my former football players are PAs. And one of my former football players is a pharmacist in the Air Force. But they paid for his pharmacy school. So but yeah, I mean if you're interested in going PA, we'll cross that bridge. Once you get done with your platoon time, right? Like the first probably year at the infantry unit, and you say, hey man, I want to go PA. Like my one dude's talking about going Army Green Beret PA.
okay.
So, but don't worry about it right now. Like,
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything I needed to do like now to like
what's your grades
so I had a 397 GPA,
in what?
kinesiology and health.
Kinesiology?
Yeah.
Okay, you're fine. You'll be fine. We're at what school?
Miami University in Ohio.
Miami of Ohio. Okay, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So Colin was a strength coach at Miami of Ohio.
Okay.
And he's in that I bullet class with the other 11 goons that I got.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What else, brother?
Those are, I mean, those were kind of all my like big couple. Like I mentioned, I've watched a lot of your stuff, so like I've got a good like general understanding, but just wanted to kind of get like some of those um details from you.
Yeah,
Um,
the chat
I'll
we put everything in the chat GPT, Nate, and everything you need to know will come out.
okay.
But just memorize all that stuff before you go to basic. It makes life so much easier. You know all your general orders of the century, Army ranks, Navy ranks, whatever it tells you, just memorize it and it'd be perfect.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't want to take a ton of your time either. So,
Good, brother. I mean, it's Saturday afternoon. You already going to OCS, so we try to get you right.
yeah.
What else you got, Nate? Anything else?
Oh, not much. I was maybe gonna get your opinion. Obviously, like now I'm in the actual like army pipeline and everything like that, and I've already gone down that rabbit hole. But I was also looking into combat rescue officer in the Air Force and was trying to like look at that application process. But I know you're really down on the Air Force, so But since it's like an officer pipeline, I didn't know if that like swayed your. No, still no.
How many officers are in that whole community? How many officers are there? This is gonna shock you.
There's not many. I know that. I don't know the exact number. I know the
30.
classes.
30.
Okay.
Why would you go do something there's 30 people? You go do something there's 30,000 people.
Yeah, for sure.
Air Force Special Operations, keep it moving.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be a PA, like I mean a PJ, but even then I don't send nobody to PA or PJs ever. Nobody.
Yeah. Well,
it don't make no sense.
It's like the class size for like the like initial selection. I think it's kind of like SOAS for the SEALs from like what I think the class size is only like 25 guys.
Yep.
Or something like that. So I was thinking it was like a long shot, even when I was like just looking into it. But I wanted to get your opinion.